Hello everyone, welcome back to another Roman Reacts. We're here tonight to watch a new, well, not a new video, it just recently came out, but it's a video for Warhammer. And I've been delving into Warhammer stuff of late, mostly just checking out things here and there, but I'm actually a fan. So, if you don't see if I'm looking over here, bingo, there it is. That line of guys back there, my minis. I'm not a 40k guy. I'm more of a Age of Sigmar guy. So see my little miniature here. Eventually, I'm going to get a better camera so it's easier to see. But yeah, I'm gonna just I'm a fan. I'm enjoying. I enjoy the lore aspects behind 40k and just like it's such rich details and things like that. I just thought to myself, why not do more videos and more stuff that's like focusing on this sort of thing, and yeah, just figure out how what to go from there. So anyway, let's delve right in. We're going to be watching two little videos today, so it's two back-to-back ones. It's the new edition cinematic that's been released, and the next one is the, well, if you can tell what I have, you'll understand what I'm going to be watching. But anyways, guys, let's delve right into it and let's just have some fun. So yeah, let's have some fun. Editor. All right, so yeah, this is the new edition. Really quite a bit. Definitely gonna leave a like because I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this. There is only war. I heard that there's supposed to be something about Tyranids, so let's just get straight into it.
Victory. That is what the preachers cry from the spires of their temples. What commanders tell the soldiers in their service. The Indomitus crusade meets with triumph after triumph. Day by day we tear Imperium Nihilus from the despoiler's grip. And though we are beset on all sides, with each battle we drive back the mutant, the heretic, the alien. As I speak these words, our forces engage the remnants of Leviathan. Reclaiming lost worlds, atoning for old shames. A crusade to cleanse the stars. Taking the fight to the enemy.
Big boy.
We routed the Tyranids at Baal. We broke their high fleet. Soon, their foulness will be but a memory. That is what the preachers say.
Fighting.
Will not save us. Lies will not protect us. will damn us.
Nice.
In the spires and the slums.
Jeez.
Our people sing of victory. Victory as the galaxy burns. Victory as the Imperium rots around us. Victory as humanity rages against the dying of the light. Victory.
My gosh. I'm honestly shocked. I'm honestly shocked by how well this was done, and like the grimness, the darkness, and everything else, and just Robute Gilliman and just in all his splendor and glory. Just he's gone through so much through the betrayal of his brothers, through him being poisoned, put in stasis for thousands, tens of thousands of years, to wake up to this new Imperium that's like corrupted from within, um, and just he can't do anything to change it that easily without putting so much uh, effort into it. And just as we my gosh, look at that, the terror across the galaxy, and just like from what I heard from the map and the trailer is that the Leviathan is basically coming underneath and from without, just all over this region of, and that's where the new, from what I heard, the new codex is going to be focusing on. Is that looks like a skull right there? Holy crap! An eye. It's like tons of stuff here. It's just nuts. And it's affecting everywhere too. And just seeing him now, just like he keeps hearing the propaganda from the Imperials, like saying everything is fine, everything is fine. When you look at this, it's not fine. You got monsters and demons all around, and the swarm of Tyranids just coming in droves, and seeing them on the battlefield. They're not easy prey to deal with, and one would think that they can easily be killed off and dealt with. At the same time, you just you're basically trying to put out a fire by with a small fan. It's you're putting out a forest fire with a small fan and a small water bucket. You are not putting it out that easily, and he knows it. He knows that everything's going to crazy, and just gosh, that's reminds me of that the Deathwing, or the not Deathwing, the I think it was the Terminator Space Hulk game where you can play as a Terminator and you have a squad of 3 or 4 guys, and like you're facing off against these things, and they're just nuts. You got the venerable dreadnought, I believe it's called, or it could be just a regular dreadnought. And then I like that little detail. It mentions Ball, where Tyranids had they come against the Blood Angels, and Blood Angels were beaten back heavily. But they won. But it was like a Pyrrhic victory, and like that little detail. Hopefully, maybe they get more involved in this upcoming edition. And then just this Apothecarian with white armor. He's dissecting and checking stuff out when this Lictor, I think it's called. It's like a straight up horror. It's like no matter what you can do, he keeps fighting, and it's just like nonstop, and just everything from it's just straight up going against the Imperium. There's nothing that can be done basically, and the Terminators arrive. They're pulling it, giving it all, but even then, like they're just gobbling up and eating the Battle Brothers. That's gotta be like they have the gene seed, and the gene seed gets captured, then the Tyranids use it and they get stronger and things like that. It's just no good whatsoever. Just the propaganda claims that they'll be making victory against them, but like, how can you stop a force so massive, so immovable that they cannot be stopped without great sacrifice? And just the sheer will that the Space Marines have against the forces of Tyranids. And then with Guilliman knowing full well that many of his battle brothers and in these Imperial worlds, like, he has to navigate and tactically maneuver every single location, but he can't be everywhere at once. It's a strain, and I can definitely imagine how much he's going through. Anyway, let's quickly go into the next one. The Lion Awakes, and like I said, I've been wearing that shirt, and let's dive in a little bit, okay? Sorry. Nice quality. Go.
The state of the galaxy, the Dark Angels, the Arcs of Omen series has led to the brink. Abaddon has sent out the Arcs of Omen, Vashtal the Archifane is now at large, and Angron is on a rampage, and there's perhaps one character in the entire galaxy who could stand against Angron. That's the Lion.
Lionel Johnson is the Primarch of the Dark Angels, formerly the Dark Angels Legion, and now he is the returned Primarch of the Dark Angels chapter. Returning Primarchs are a big deal. The return of Rabute Guilliman, that was an era-defining moment for the inhabitants of the 41st millennium and for fans of the 41st millennium. It doesn't happen very often, and this is the second opportunity in my lifetime, certainly, to see a living Primarch return.
He's been deep in the rock for thousands of years. All is lost to chaos. But this is where the Lion appears.
Such detail.
And this is where he makes his stand as a light in the dark, as a knight standing alone.
He grew up as a feral youth on a forested world full of monsters, and then taken in by knights after he'd spent years hunting down creatures of chaos. And that's pretty much what he's gone back to doing. He's found half of the galaxy completely subsumed by darkness, warp storms, chaotic beasts, so he's just set back to work. He is going to reunite, you'd imagine, with the Dark Angels chapter, and woe betide anybody who finds themselves on the other side of the battlefield from them.
That's just nuts. Unleash 10,000 years of vengeance. Gosh. That's so cool. Just look at the detail on that. Just the amount of sheer detail they have for this man. And just coming back into the fold. and just and you have these I think it was Watchers in the Dark, I think they were called, and better close up. Yeah, the Watchers there are just really like, it makes you wonder what they are, like why do they serve the Dark Angels, and maybe they have a secret pact with Lionel Johnson. And Lionel Johnson, the sheer detail in that's just amazing to me. I cannot imagine like the amount of time and dedication. And really quick, there's going to be interesting. It's kind of funny actually when people mention that he looks like kind of like Tywin Lannister, and I wholeheartedly approve because he looks so good. And honestly, seeing him return, I really want to know what his reaction will be when he goes back to the Imperium, and what his reuniting with Gilliman, and like seeing how Gilliman has to deal with Tyranids, and maybe he will be reuniting the rest of the Dark Angels, both loyal and traitor alike, and just bolster their forces, where they would eventually just go out and cleansing all the planets that are infected by heretics, basically, and just help on war on two fronts. We know that Magnus the Red is still out there. We know that Angron is going about, and it's the third brother. I'm trying to think, he's it's at the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah, Mortarion. Mortarion is leading his Death Guard. So those three have been rampaging about. So having another loyalist brother return would definitely help even the odds in a way. Yeah. Anyway, that's just my reaction, guys. But just, this was really good stuff. I cannot deny how well they managed to put this together, and ending out the ninth edition season, whatever, I guess, with Lionel Johnson, or maybe he's the start of the 10th edition, who knows. But they're ending the Arcs of Omen series. They're going to be focusing on with the Tau, and I think it was Farsight, I believe it was called, and they'll be focused on Lion, and then that we finally get to hear what the heck has been going on with the story. And I'm curious. I'm curious if there's ever a chance, like, it's going to be hard to like accept, but like maybe the Imperium man will have no choice but to ally with Xenos races like Dar Tau and maybe the Votan even, but Votan potentially they're more human, so they'll probably be more willing to work with. But heck, even Necrons and Orcs just find a way to stop these Tyranids, because the Tyranid swarm are just doing whatever it takes to take out as much of the whole entire galaxy. And don't take out the fleets, you don't take out the hives, you're eventually gonna get overwhelmed. At the end, like, it would make even chaos like candle to a forest. But yeah, anyway, that's just my take on it. I hope you guys enjoyed my reactions to them, and like I said, it's going to be very interesting to say the least. We'll see where this goes and where 10th edition will take place, and like building up the lore, building up the whole continuation, like progressing the story. Where will the other brothers return? Where will the other when will the Emperor potentially make them, or if chaos will be overcome, or will they be destroyed, or they try to get some wins against the Imperium and put more hardship on them, and maybe force the other brothers to eventually return as well. But yeah, anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, thank you all for coming by, and as always, Romans, salute.